Hello, my dear gardeners. Look at this. I am examining my ajuga plant. Look at this. This is amazing. This ajuga plant, I planted it last fall, so it's not even a full growing season here we are talking about. And look how much it spread. Literally, it was just a little clump here like this. And now look at this, it's all over the place. So if you really don't have a green thumb and you want something which will definitely thrive and conquer your garden a mile a minute, buy ajuga. What ajuga does, it sends out these very strong, long shoots, stolons, and at the end of each, like a center of vegetation, there are roots just ready to go in. I'm not sure if I didn't introduce a monster in my garden, but you know what, ajuga, I can forgive this plant, this ferocious spreading habit, because it has such a beautiful blue flowers in spring, and they're keeping for a long time those blue flowers. So I have a space I'm going to show you at the back. I probably will plant it on this bald spot. We have here our water barrel, and this old hose is really, we need to fix it. It's working hose, I just need to fix it to bring water to the front of the garden, and we really don't have any irrigation system installed. So we use a lot this water barrel. Now somebody asked me about my Adelaide Orlean rose. Look at her. This is her first year in the garden. This area is somewhat shady, but you know what? Ramblers are famous for being able to take shade better than climbing roses. And my Adelaide Orleans sent this beautiful long shoot out, and that it got into trouble. I think somebody either ate it. I don't know what happened, so I had to trim it. And I'm hoping that the Lady Orleans will create another shoot out of here and will start growing. So this rose was fertilized, and hopefully it will be happily growing here. So this is her first year growth. She created this big nice shoot, and I see several yellow leaves on her, but she's generally in this condition here in somewhat shade. She's doing marvelously well. So let me throw this underneath far away. Now look at this big giant here. Let's switch places with my cameraman. You know what? I changed my technique, how I trim my big yews around the house. And I have quite a few of them. So in the past, I would just do all the branches together in one big swoop using either electrical trimmer or mechanical trimming shears. And now I do it a little bit different. Honestly, it saves so much time. And this is what I do. So yews don't grow simultaneously from every shoot. Yews grow, let's say, out of all of this, there would be probably 10 shoots growing, and they will become nice and long. And next year, in spring, when I'm not doing anything, that yew starts to develop secondary stems on that long stem. So what I do once a year, I come in and I just snip that long stem, and that's it. So probably I will have 10 stems here growing. I will just snip them off. And my yew doesn't have that, I mean, it does have a lollipop shape, but it doesn't have that very smooth surface. You see some of the branches are longer than others because I cut those longer stems a little bit inside the canopy. You can see it especially at the top here. You see these tall stems, they're really thick. So I cut them off and they look good. I didn't have to go and cut all these small little branches, or the little cut stems still. So my yew is a beautiful thing here, and I have to keep it tame kind of because I want to have this passage here. My arborvitaes got trimmed too, so they're supposed to be narrow here. They have to be narrow here, otherwise we wouldn't be able to go to the front. And look at these lilies. They're almost ready to open, and they are gorgeous here. Once they open, they are beautiful here. So this is probably next week I will be showing you. These lilies open up with their intense yellow color. All right, let's go to the back. Oh, here, look at this. Still blooming. Oh, I can't have enough of these beautiful hydrangeas. Aren't they gorgeous? And you know what? I see a lot of bees going around them, but I'm not sure if they can collect nectar here. When I look at the bee just goes around into different flowers among them and doesn't go into individual flower. So let's go to the back. You know what? I am doing a project at the back, the shade garden. And I'm thinking that I'm going to introduce there into that shade garden this ivy. And you know what? There are two different types of ivies. I'm not sure which one is this. They're really difficult to differentiate. Something about the back leaves, whatever. But the care and control is the same for both ivies. So what I like about ivy is that it keeps its margins very well. You see, if I trim these long stems, I kind of hide them. Here I didn't do a good job. I didn't hide them well. But if I hide them under the leaves, ivy almost like has this little spillover, which is different with Winca minor. When I want to trim it, Winca doesn't respond very well. So Winca doesn't form that nice edge, which is a pity because Winca is the only thing which is growing under my evergreen tree, the blue spruce. Let's go and see it and check our roses. Olivia Austin was fed around 1 week ago. And I do feed roses with natural fertilizer, slow release. So it takes approximately, 2 weeks for that fertilizer to start working. But look at this, she starts already forming the buds for the next blooming cycle. Look at her. So many new buds, and all this beautiful burgundy new fresh foliage just keeps building. So I suspect that probably in a week we are going to have another beautiful surprise from Olivia Austin. And I'm so happy how much Olivia is building the canopy. It's beautiful, just for 2 years, wonderful. This agastache, I think it picked up all the fertilizer rich in nitrogen, which I was feeding my roses. And look at this, all my agastache is all growth without a lot of blooms. Hopefully the blooms are going to happen now, but they are so small in proportion to all this growth. Oh well, we will see what will happen. I like these beautiful gentle blooms. And 1 year I was growing agastache in pots and we had great success. And bees are always swaying around here. They love agastache. Now let's go here and look at this guy. And this is Little Giant Abovite, a beautiful thing. Look at him. And you know what? Now my garden is coming into these calm colors of different shades of green. And I'm so happy about this Little Giant Abovite. He gets a good sun here, and he's such a cute little fellow here. Eventually he will develop some sort of like a cloudy formation, which, you know, can be easily, that shape can be easily corrected with annual trimming, just a light trim, just like we give that light trim to Abovites. So very happy with this fellow here, and eventually he will grow probably to this height and this width, which again can be controlled by trimming. What do we have here? My beautiful, oh my gosh, this year is such a good year for raspberries. Look at all the crop. My kids are so happy with these raspberry plants. And I'm really watching these stems because my raspberries are being plagued by stem borers. So once you see on your raspberry stems goes like this, it means there is trouble. So you have to cut that off before the borer goes all the way down. But that's, I'm digressing. So look at this, ready to bloom. This is my butterfly bush. Butterfly bush suffered this year, I must say. In our area here in coastal Connecticut, we had this severe sudden frost coming in late in the season, like I believe in late February. And you can see, right? Some of my bush is just gone and some is growing. So some of the stems were dead and I kind of really didn't want to level everything together. Maybe I should have done that. So my butterfly bush would have the same nice round shape. But you know what? I'm happy with it too. So this year, when everything is done, I probably will just trim these stems a little bit further down. And you know what? Butterfly bush is famous for responding well to severe rejuvenating cuttings, and it keeps growing year after year. And if there is a situation when you have to cut your butterfly bush all the way to the ground, you can do that. Look at this. Major Wheeler honeysuckle. Where is this Major Wheeler going? So Major Wheeler honeysuckle was introduced on this pergola several years ago, and it is just taking over. I actually went ahead and trimmed, you see, some of the branches, because this Major Wheeler honeysuckle is feeling very happy here. On the contrary, my rose this year suffered here tremendously. Look at this, it's a skeleton of a rose here. You know why? Because we have a mulberry bush growing and taking over this area here. So it's time to come in and get some more wood for garden projects, you know. I always see it from that point, that it can be nice twigs I can harvest and free up this space, not to have this area very shady kind of. Last time when we were doing our walkings around the garden, I showed you my rhubarb plant, and I decided to plant it here into my vegetable bed. I think my rhubarb will have a lot of space here. It wasn't as congested here, so yeah, rhubarb is creating nice little new stems. One stem is dead, so I have to cut it out. But otherwise, this would be the permanent place for rhubarb. And rhubarb plant can live 50 years. So this plant, if we are staying on this property, this plant can outlive me. And I'm going to count how many rhubarb pies we are going to make from it. And by the way, I have to get the recipe from my, well, my granny is deceased. She is the one who had wonderful rhubarb pies from her rhubarb plants on her property. So I have to get that recipe from my mom now. So that's about that rhubarb. I want to show you my, come with me here, or my boxwoods. Look at these dependable, what's their names? They are Green Mountain boxwoods. So beautiful. Oh, a little bit of damage here. We will cut it out. But otherwise, look how nice and green this boxwood is, all the way to the interior. Beautiful, so healthy, and I'm really not using any chemicals on this boxwood. I fight all those parasites. Well, boxwood has 3 different types of parasites, so I fight them with neem oil and horticultural oil. And maybe one year I will do a video about it, how to do that. You have to do it at a certain time of the year, very timely, but you will just wipe out those pests and your boxwoods will be so happy. Look at this little fellow. Hi, little fellow. You're the super cutest little thing, but you're so destructive in my garden. Hello. What are you doing? Having a little dinner. Well, let's see where. Oh, where he's going to run. Hello. Are you supposed to run or what? Mary. Hello. Yes. He's right here under this bush. And he's not running away under boxwood. Come on. Oh, here he goes. He's so cute, you know. I don't have a heart to chase him out. Plus, all my garden is so protected from almost all sides. And Mother Rabbit knows where to come. Only one gate is open. And eventually I'm going to I'm going to make a gate there and close my yard 100%. Look at this little fellow. All right. What else here? This area is quiet. My roses are almost finishing blooming. What will pick up the show here would be my Black Eyed Susans, maybe in 2 weeks, something like that. But I want to show you these charming blooms of Heuchera limoncello. Come here. Look at these dainty little flowers. Don't they fit so well with the color of the leaves, right? And you would say that they are very gentle and very airy. On the contrary, these stems are so stiff and sturdy, nothing can break them. One day ago, we had severe rain. Like within half an hour, we had a huge amount of water being dropped on our property, well, on our town. And these guys, look at them. They did not bend their heads. Oh, I didn't swipe here. I was trimming my arborvitaes here, giving them a light trim. All right, so this is it about this corner. Let's go and check my back porch. Oh, birds need some water there. Okay, look at this. I have no idea what plant it is. And you know what? In case you're interested in different plants and you don't know what they are, there is this app on your phone, picture this. And if you don't want to install the paid version, you can have the basic version and you can just put your phone to the plant, scan it, take a picture, and your phone would be able to tell you what it is. Well, my phone registers this plant as mint, which is not. So in case somebody knows what this can be, let me know. 1 year I bought it as bonus seeds because it was considered to be very beneficial for native birds. And truly, in the morning, sometimes I can see these beautiful, charming little yellow birds coming here, and they're very shy. They get scared of me when I get outside, so they check these plants, this particular plant. They don't really favor anything else in the garden. They come here to check this plant. So in case you recognize it, please let me know. Let's go and look at our porch. On my porch, I think there is one failure. Let's see. Let me show you this foliage. Look at this lace flower. I can't get enough of this beautiful green foliage. Is it pretty? In combination with these very sturdy sedums coming in, this lace flower is so happy here. Honestly, if this lace flower is not going to flower, the foliage itself would be just a great picture here. Now, this is my first year growing this salvia. This salvia is annual here. I believe it is perennial in zone 10 and up, and I'm zone 6-7. And this salvia is very good as annual because it grows so fast. It's, I believe it's salvia black and blue. But look at this, where's the blooms? Like literally, does your salvia, if you're growing the salvia, does your salvia behave like this? I had probably 2 blooms from her, and all the rest is this big bushy growth. Let me turn her a little bit around because she's growing a little bit towards the sun in an awkward space. Okay, so annuals. I have a mixed emotions about annuals, attitude about annuals, because annuals are always staying the same. But you know what? When my garden here was all green, annuals were keeping the show going. And maybe I shouldn't complain. And look at this. There's the rain really battered these beautiful... oh, they have white flies here. Oh, what nastiness. You know, there's always something in the garden. And I see aphids. Okay. Well, let me get my horticultural oil and let me do the spraying right away while you're here. Did I say horticultural oil? I meant... My cameraman says, yes, you did. He keeps track of me. So no, I meant insecticidal soap. This would be the best, the most benign spray you can do, which is also organic. For organic gardening. So look at this. When you turn this thing inside out, you see how many white flies are there. which is not good because I kind of missed this infestation. So let's do this. I see some aphids here, and where are aphids, there are ants, because they love to supervise aphids. And this thing is good to do when good insects are not here, which is evening right now. Okay, let's see if Bacopa is suffering too. Yes, a little bit. Okay. Not much. And these infestations can go really happening very quickly. If I'm, yeah, if I'm not watching. Okay. All right, so that's done. Okay. Now, look at this. Calendula is almost ready to bloom here. I raised, Verbena bonariensis, self-seeder here. I don't know, maybe I will let her go. But calendula, what type of calendula is here? Let me remind myself and remind you. I don't see a sticker, whatever. It's calendula. So I grew up with calendula. My mom is a doctor in Ukraine, and she would always plant these beneficial herbs in the garden. So I grew up looking at these funny looking seeds of calendula, which looks like little wormies. So here calendula is almost ready to open its blooms. I raised this pot from seeds. I didn't know if it would be quick enough, for the season. But next week, during my next week walk arounds, calendula will be blooming. I better fertilize her because she looks a little bit of, you see, when you see that bottom leaves are yellowing a little bit, it means that plant is suffering from nitrogen deficiency, or generally a deficiency in nutrients. And I see on this side better that some of the leaves are starting to become a little bit yellow. So it's time to fertilize. Maybe because we had so much rain, it washed everything out from the pot. All right. What else is here going? That's it. I'm still working on my project. You see that macrame? It's taking forever. I don't know. I'm kind of insecure about that project, but I will finish it. I will muscle it through, and I will show you how it's progressing. So that's it. This is unfortunately a failure. It was marked as anise. I don't know, the seeds were not really well marked. I just bought it because I like these dome flowers, and they're struggling here. Maybe I shouldn't expect a very straight, stiff growth from it. Maybe I should agree to this growth. Hold on, there are weeds here, and be happy with them like that. I don't know. You will see. I will keep you posted. All right, happy gardening, and I will see you in my next video.